So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert! 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 Keystone travel. Hey, come on. Switch. 25, check 25.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
21. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt. JoJo Natson back deep for the Rams. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Cut. 180. 56.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Super.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Goff now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. A big pickup of 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Goff. steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
DC. Blue draw Corker.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! Todd Gurley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. On first down, Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up.
Here we go.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
at their own 20-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 26, check 26.
Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
White.
7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Check Mike 45, check Mike 45. Coming, baby.
1, Omaha.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
24 is the mark. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 24.
1, Omaha.
Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Here's Natson. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5.
Show it up. Show it up.
14. 14. Bravo.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Hey, 180.
54. Right 54. I got one. Sponge. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Yeah. You don't want none.
54.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff.
Strip that ball.
And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Hard ball.
Double. Hey, 1 set. Check.
Hey, Shell.
I know he ain't got it.
From the gun, here's Goff. They got him in. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Get ready.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Fred Warner coming off a strong rookie year in on the stop for the Niners.
2nd and 5 at the 49ers' 43-yard line.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Let's go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's Gurley.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Let's go. Come on.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. No. Off.
Maverick.
Check 43.
Goff, a quick throw, complete to Cooks. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here we go. 180.
Check.
Hey, kill.
Watch the screen. Pass.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Pull it together.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, Alpha. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell.
12. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Zerline's kick is up and through. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Gurley again here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Value 3. Hey, try 7. Hardball.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Ric Flair.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
We go tonight. Line 20. 54.
Line 54.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
We go tonight. 180.
Be a long day for you. Switch.
Shell.
A shotgun snap for gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ronald Blair with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the Reds. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
49ers 7. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Now you won.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
The tackle by Alexander. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Goff. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ronald Blair picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Garoppolo finding Goodwin. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
65.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nikel Roby-Coleman, a sack off the corner. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
At their own 30-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they run with Gurley. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Smooth. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Gone. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
16 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Mike 54. Now watch one.
17.
Now Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Gurley. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Los Angeles, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.